I knew we could be and should be good on offense. Obviously, with the players we had. Obviously, on defense, we were in transition. A lot of new players, young players. So I don't think I thought we were going to be that good on defense till about the Cincinnati game, whatever that was. You know, we had a run of about 8 games there where nobody got over 300 yards on us. That's pretty hard to do in the NFL. So I think it was around the Cincinnati game, playing Joe Burrow, holding them to, I think it was 13 points on the road. A lot of guys with the Eagles, not players, but people that have been in the organization said they never beat Cincinnati, so they put that on me. I said, okay, we'll get it for you. You know, they said they never beat the Saints in New Orleans. We got to do that. Okay, we'll do that for you too. So, but I think about game 6, 7.
Yeah.
Now we can be good.
Nakobe Dean was a big part of that whole process, and I thought he was kind of the glue on the defense. But before that, we go into training camp, and you see this kid, Zack Baun, who had only played special teams in New Orleans, played a little bit as a reserve backup linebacker. But you saw something in him that I thought made a big difference in the entire defense. Can you talk a little bit about that and that whole process?
Yeah, and you're right, Mike. As Mike said, he was mainly a special teams player in New Orleans. Played with the Saints, I believe, for 4 years. He's one of those guys that would get about 150 snaps a year, and mostly on the outside, out on the edge, on the line of scrimmage. But as I watched him and give Howie credit, he said, hey, I kind of like this guy, take a look at him. You know, and Howie had a vision for him as being an edge player for us and being a good special teams player. And I watched him, and just a couple times during their games, he would, if they got the tight end off and motioned him across, he would back off and look like an inside linebacker, a stacked linebacker. And it only happened about 5 or 6 times. And the way he was moving when he got back there, it's just, and I can't explain it. It's just, you know, you've watched 40 years of NFL film and coaching linebackers. I said, man, I think this guy could be an inside linebacker if he's smart enough, which we already knew he was. And I told Howie, I went in after I watched him, I said, yeah, I like him, but I think he's an inside linebacker, not an outside linebacker. And he really wasn't interested in hearing that when we were trying to sign him. He wanted to stay on the edge. Everybody likes to rush the passer and get sacks. They're victims of the sack job. And so about midway through OTAs last year, he comes up to me, when am I going to get some practice on the outside? I said, we'll get there eventually. Don't worry about it. You know, you need to learn this other stuff first. And then he never asked again after that. And you know, it really is a good story. Good guy.
Great story.
You know, went from making hardly anything for 4 years to actually 5 years. So he got a big deal.
Yeah. So I rarely